start off, I'd like to talk about selecting. Now, too many of us do this in very awkward ways, so I'm just going to show you some quick keyboard shortcuts, as well as how to use your mouse pretty effectively in some different programs. We'll talk about Excel, PowerPoint, Word, but this will apply to a varying number of programs. Okay, so first in Excel, if you want to select a range of cells, what you're going to do is move your mouse so you get this white plus sign, and let's say I wanted to select these range of numbers. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click and hold with my mouse and simply drag across those numbers, and it's going to select them. And that's pretty straightforward. Now, for those of us on laptops, this can actually be a bit tedious. We have those trackpads, maybe you have that little fuzzy ball of a mouse in the middle of your keyboard that is completely pointless. So we need slightly better ways, more efficient ways. So here's what you can do. If you click once on the cell you want to start selecting at, so I've clicked on B2 here, and then I'm going to hold Shift and simply click on the cell that I want to finish selecting at, you'll notice it grabs that range. Also, if I still hold Shift again, I can adjust it. So I can still adjust this range to be smaller or larger just by holding down the Shift key on my keyboard. This is a very effective way to select. We don't have to worry about clicking and dragging, and maybe I got too many. I can always just hold Shift and go back. Another keyboard shortcut for you in Excel, this is quite a useful one, is if I want to select non-adjacent ranges. So let's just say I wanted to change the fill color of these cells. Well, I can't really highlight them because it's going to grab everything in between. It does a even selection. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the first range, normally, didn't hold down any keys, and then now I'm going to hold down the Control key. And with the Control key, you'll notice I can grab additional cells, additional ranges that are non-adjacent. Now you notice it looks like this cell is not selected. It is. That's just the active cell, so I wouldn't worry about that. That's just telling you which one is currently active. And so you can use Control, I can change the fill color, do whatever we would like. So that's a few things in Excel. Let's go over to PowerPoint and see how this is going to work as well. So in PowerPoint you have slides, obviously. Now if I wanted to select multiple slides, let's just say maybe I wanted to copy slides 1, 2, and 3. Well, again, I can utilize that Shift key. If I click on slide 1, I can hold Shift, click on slide 3. You'll notice it selects all of those slides. You could also use the Control key, and you'll see that that will grab different slides, not arrange. That'll grab individual slides that you choose, and you could delete them, you could copy them, you could move them, whatever you would like. So that's using Control and Shift in PowerPoint. Let's talk about object selection. Now this isn't just for PowerPoint. This would apply to Word, this would apply to Excel, any of these drawn objects. So I have 4 different areas here, 4 different graphics. I'd like to select them all at the same time. Maybe I want to line them up. So if I select the first one normally, I've just clicked on it, and you get this cursor with the 4 arrows. That's going to select it. If I hold Shift and click on the other items, it will select them. So Shift is used not only to select a range of information, but you can select individual drawing objects to perform some sort of a task, whether you're going to line them up or anything like that. That's up to you. So Shift can be used for that. Let's go to Word. Let's take a look at Word here. So in Word, again, our normal selection techniques would be click, drag, grab the text, and that's fine. But again, this can be tedious. So let me tell you a couple of things. First of all, if you move your mouse over into the margin, you get something called a selection bar, and this allows you to actually click and drag to select multiple lines at a time. I find this can be a bit easier than dragging across dragging across text to select it. You can use that selection bar and grab individual paragraphs, lines, whatever you would want. You can also use that selection bar and double click will select a paragraph, which is actually kind of useful. We can double click on words, that will select a word, and we can even use that Shift technique we talked about earlier. So if I wanted to select from this starting paragraph all the way down to this paragraph, well, I can put my cursor where I want to start, I can hold Shift and simply click where I want to end, and it goes from where my cursor was to where I held Shift and clicked. And again, this gets into using this feature on those laptop type situations where my mouse really isn't that effective. Okay, so the last thing with selecting. If you want to select everything, that is Control and the letter A. Control A will select all. And that's not something just specific to Word. If I go over into PowerPoint and I click a slide and do Control A, it highlights all the slides. If I go into Excel and do Control A, it's going to highlight all of the active cells. So Control A is select all, and you can use that in varying programs. Don't forget to use Shift to select a range or multiple objects, and Control to select individual ranges of cells or individual paragraphs in Word. It will work for that as well.